Hello there guys. In this video I'm going to be building the absolutely massive 1/24th scale Apache AH-64D from Agora Models. Now last year on my community page I did a survey asking you about partworks, and the majority of you said you'd at least be a little bit interested in seeing a partworks build. So with that in mind I accepted Agora's offer of trying this model. They did provide it to me free of charge, of course. But what I really appreciate is that they were very open and told me basically to do what I want with this model. I'm free to do just an inbox review, I'm free to build it as is, I'm free to paint it, to weather it, I'm even free to build it as a crashed helicopter if I wanted to. And also there's no obligation for me to show every monthly pack either, which I really appreciate. In the past I've turned down partworks offers from other companies because they've insisted they don't want me to tell my viewers how many monthly installments there'll be or what the cost of those will be. But Agora have not been like that, and I do really appreciate that. So with that in mind, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way to start with. This of course is not a cheap model. I don't think you expected it to be. You can see the pricing here. Obviously the full kit, all in one go, is the least expensive option, although at the moment that's only available for pre-order because we're only on issue 10 so far out of 12. And of course the monthly option is the most expensive. The kit does feature a lot of moving parts and light-up parts. I haven't got that far in the build process yet, but I can show you this video from Agora's channel to give you an indication of some of the features of the kit. Now I'm not going to do a month by month build. I don't think this is something that most people would want to see. So in this video I'm going to be building the first pack, and then I'll do another video, possibly two but most likely one, of the final build where I'll show you the construction in less detail than today's video but show you the final result of the model. So the instructions for this kit are all digital and they're available in the download center on the Agora website. That means you will need a device at your workbench, or a printer I suppose. At first I thought it was a bit annoying, but actually being digital means you can really zoom in to the photos on the instructions to see some of those fine details, and that's actually quite helpful when you've got sort of dark grey on black parts going together. As you can see, most packs also have a build along video as well, although they're not made by Agora. So without further ado, let's get on to the build process. Here are some of the packs that I've had delivered over the last 10 months. Obviously I've covered my address. As you can see they do vary in size depending on obviously the parts that are used that month. For pack 1 we get 4 blister packs like this. And then the later packs tend to contain a mix of blister packs and the small bags, which are all numbered to make life a bit easier for you. The main fuselage of the Apache is metal, so there's quite a lot of heft to this kit. And you can see we are provided a screwdriver as well, although to be honest I needed a slightly smaller screwdriver for some of those screws, so I just used my own tools. So if we look at the instructions, each pack is divided into a number of stages. And at least so far, every stage has corresponded to a blister pack or to a bag, which is really handy. It means you haven't got multiple bags and so on open at the same time. You know you exhaust one pack or one bag before you move on to the next stage. You'll also notice here pack 1 stage 1, all the pieces are labelled 1A, 1B, 1C, etc. As we move on to stage 2, they're labelled 2A, 2B and so on. So it's nice and easy to find the parts that you need. One thing I did find, and I don't know if this is common with partworks in general, but we often do something and then don't come back to it for quite a while. So for example, the very first step in the entire model is taking this LED here and putting it into this clear part. Now I finished pack 1 and pack 2, and I've never used this part again yet, although obviously it will be used at some point. I thought the instructions were really quite clear in their language in terms of saying push or screw or later on glue the parts into place, so you do know exactly what you need to do. And where it has said push, I haven't ever found a need to actually glue things in place. The fit has generally been pretty good. I did find on pieces like this that are screwed on with small screws that you often have to clear the thread first to actually get a good bite on the screw. So in this case, if I didn't do that, rather than going through the second piece, the screw just pushed off it and bent the original piece. As I was building this, I was thinking about how I would finish the model. As you can see, you've got this sort of dark olive drab metal finish, which is nice enough. Obviously it's not weathered, but it's also slightly satin, almost gloss actually, which I think will not give perhaps the most realistic of finishes. So even at this stage I was debating between painting the whole thing olive drab or just putting a matte varnish down to tone that shine down. And I still haven't decided yet, so any thoughts on that, please do feel free to leave them in the comments below. It's actually surprisingly fun building a kit without having to do any of the cutting off the sprues or the cleanup or anything. Although that said, there are a couple of parts of seam lines here that did need to be scraped down. This construction here was interesting, all placed together with no glue. And this is the mounting for our tail rotor. At first this feels a bit flimsy as you put it together, but then the pieces lock in nicely and screw together. And we have our tail rotor finished. And the empty blister pack tells us that is the end of stage 1. We've got a couple of spare screws. That's deliberate. It does tell you in the instructions to keep those just in case you need them in the future. And you can see from the instructions what you should have at the end of that stage, so that light, the rotor and the tail piece, half of the tail piece. Again, we have a slightly eclectic collection for stage 2 of pack 1 with a single rotor blade, main rotor blade, a cable with a motor on the end for the tail rotor, and then quite a few parts for the pilot seat. The seat is kind of a sort of slightly rubbery substance, as are the seat belts. They're vinyl, and this is the first stage that we need to glue things into position. The instructions didn't say what glue to use, but I just used super glue. And very quickly we've got quite a nice looking seat there built up with seat belts and with some decals on it already applied, various stencil data and so on. Each stage really is broken down into atomic steps, so you do find yourself going through these steps quite quickly. We jump from the pilot seat to the main rotor to add a couple of brackets for that, and then we jump back to the tail rotor where we set up the motor and put that into the tail piece from stage 1 and attach the rotor. And at this point we use this battery pack and circuit board, and I'm not sure if this is just temporary for testing or if this is the final version, but we can whack in a couple of AAA batteries there and get that tail rotor moving. Stage 3 of pack 1 is a bit more concentrated, with everything really relating to the cockpit, including that part 3P there, that quite heavy metal cockpit tub. And this step 1 and step 2 is a good example of when it's helpful to zoom into the photos to be able to see the difference between the dark black background and the dark black piece. can you have light black? As you can see, there's quite a lot of pre-printed detail on these for the instrument panels and the controls and so on. And then I really don't know what happened here next, because the final stage, stage 4, involves building up the instrument panel, putting the decals on and lighting it up. And I was sure that I filmed that, but I only have this video at the end of the final result. And the video files, this one and the previous one, are numbered sequentially, so obviously I didn't film any of that decal application, even though I thought I did. Anyway, you can see the final result here, and it does look pretty good. I'm actually quite pleased with that. The blue on the instrument panel there is a set of decals, and then if we turn the power on by adding the battery, we can see they light up a kind of green colour. And that's from an LED strip which is behind those panels. So there we go guys, that was my build of pack 1 of the Agora 1/24th scale Apache. I would say that all in this probably took me about 4 hours to build the steps in this video, though of course a lot of that was just getting used to the instructions and the way things were laid out. I think the results so far look really good, particularly the detail on the controls in the cockpit. And I have actually started on pack 2, which builds up the instrument panel and the seat for the weapons officer. As mentioned, I will definitely do a video when the entire thing is built up, and depending on the complexity of it, I might do an intermediate video at some point in the future as well. But please do let me know what you think about this model in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next video, where I will have a plastic model kit which I think you're going to enjoy. Until then, thank you for watching and have fun modelling.